Kia ora, Tom. It's great to see you, and these exciting recording and rehearsals for Irisado. Can you tell us what's been a big learning for you about Latin American music from the Latin American Cape Musicality program?
That's actually one of the hardest questions to answer because there's just so much. Basically every hour that we were involved, you were learning 10, 20 plus things that just grabbed your attention and really stuck with you. It was such an experience. It's so hard to single out a single thing because every night after one of these days in this program, you would be going to sleep with 101 questions and music running through your brain, and then you would wake up with it again and you would go and repeat, and you would have yet more questions by the end of the next day. So it was just all rounded a really amazing, informative experience.
Was there any particular instrument or musical style that really reached your head and your heart?
Yeah, I'd never heard a charango before in my life until the program, and that was a massive sort of, as soon as I heard it, I think playing Argentinian huayno, it was just immediately, I fell in love with the instrument. It really just spoke to me, because on another level, 'cause, our family, we've always listened to Andean music, like the cantutas, and also Buena Vista Social Club from Cuba. So I wasn't completely unfamiliar with Latin American music, but still to hear the charango playing that sort of music, and the sort of cross rhythms in other Argentinian and Andean music, like the chacarera, and it was just amazing. Yeah, that really stood out.
Nice. And so now let's look at what was something that was really challenging for you in the musicality program.
Yeah, probably the most challenging aspect was doing a lot of the learning by distance. Actually, probably it was a very exhausting experience, a great experience, but very exhausting because Jose and Jacob, they were from Wellington. I was from Christchurch, and Mika, she is from Auckland, and so we still met together sometimes in Wellington, which was awesome, but we would still be liaising with people in South America, the experts and such, via Zoom and everything, and different time differences, and it was probably a lot more kind of draining mentally doing it online. And I hadn't done a lot of that style of learning before, so that was probably the biggest challenge. It was still a great experience, but very definitely
exhausting in a good way. Great, and I guess that's the same for many of us now.
Yes, exactly. Zoom meetings. Yeah, the new reality.
So, tell us what was a great light bulb moment for you? Just outright inspiration. So you've spoken about the charango being a wow moment, but something about inspiration in terms of music, composition.
Yeah, I think it was really just hearing the uninhibited kind of emotion and joy in music, and I mean it was so evident in the charango music, but it was also evident in the sicus, the pan flutes, and then all this marimba music and joropo from Colombia, and it was just everywhere you turned, you just saw just utter commitment and involvement and love, and so that just in that environment as a musician, you can't help but get involved with it and feel the same way. So it was, again, a very large kind of feeling and standout moment, but it really was standout.
Oh, great. Well, hopefully I'm sure that'll stay with you for your entire life.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Yeah. And tell us, how have you applied your learning since doing the musicality program and where we're at today with the recording session day?
Yeah. Well, I feel that, especially since doing this musicality program, probably my understanding of rhythm and sophistication with it has developed so much more from having done this musicality program. Just the understanding of cross rhythms and everything, it's become a lot more subtle and a lot more sophisticated in how I think about them. And I've noticed that from just this experience with the rehearsal and recording process, finally hearing this work after a year and seeing how far I've come along and recognizing some of the elements that I learned during that time or that time ago that now is so ingrained in my musical style. It's really interesting to see that.
That's great to hear. So it sounds like it's become innate almost.
Yeah, it's very hard. So you have to go with a microscope to kind of like, okay, where did I get that? But it's quite a joy to do so and realize, oh, that's from Chacarera, or that's from Joropo. Or, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Sneaks up on you, huh?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay, and tell us what has been your experience? What's it been like for you with the rehearsal and recording process over these 2 days?
Yeah, I mean, it's been so amazing. We've all talked about it, how amazing it is to hear this music in the flesh after a year and to really hear it. And also, I think it's incredibly valuable actually having that distance because you're coming back to it as an older person, maybe wiser is too much of a stretch, but with a little bit more experience in hearing this and kind of going, wow, we wrote that then, that's amazing. And just, it's a really special process. It's wonderful to work with such amazing musicians who really get the music and really enjoy it and are so vocal in expressing that enjoyment. It's a really awesome process so far, really enjoying it.
Okay, and what's a hot tip from you or advice to other young composers about Latin American music and composition that interweaves what you've done here nicely between Aotearoa, New Zealand music traditions and styles, but also Latin America. So what's your big hot tip?
I think my hot tip would probably be to be as open-minded as possible because you're going to learn so much. You're going to learn everything that is possible to learn, and you have to soak it up as much as possible and be open to thinking outside the box and just not be afraid to just go completely crazy and just do something that just feels right. Being open-minded, that's probably my hot tip. I probably would just like to say thank you to Latin America Cape and also the NZSO for giving this opportunity, and also all the others in South America who gave their time so generously to talk to us and give us these experiences that really started to shape who we are and what we can give to others. So I'd probably just like to say thank you.
Kia ora to you, Thomas. Gracias, and thank you.
Thank you.